I had the chance out of school to work in India. My background is economics. I worked as an economist and an analyst in a large global textiles firm in Ahmedabad, India, which is a town of 20 million people. So imagine yourself, 24 years old, fresh out of school, never even been off the continent before, and being thrust into the milieu that is India. I learned a ton about myself. I learned a ton about international business. And I really developed some foundations that really act as scaffolding today that I lean back on to support myself as I go through my different career challenges. I learned a lot about people. I really began to appreciate other cultures. And I also learned that I'm definitely not an economist, no matter how hard I tried. So upon returning to Canada, I joined the pharmaceutical business. And I worked on the commercial side of large major multinational pharmaceutical companies. With all the rigor, the process, and the training that those companies can afford. And I also had the really unique chance to work for a small Canadian startup. I was integral in the launch of a new Canadian pharmaceutical company. I built the sales force in Western Canada, the first sales force, and launched the company nationally and launched their first product. And it was there that I really learned the power of having the right people in the right places aligned to the right strategy and the magic that can happen when those three things really work well. In that vein, a couple of years later, I had the unique chance and jumped at the chance to join a small niche market search and recruitment company based in Vancouver. At the time, we had two offices, one in Vancouver, we had one in Calgary, and we had 6 people in the firm. A little bit later, I bought into the company and we scaled it nationally, taking it coast to coast with 8 offices in Canada, 50 plus people in Canada, and then we had a multi-office location or operation in the US also. Learned a ton there, had the unique chance to work with executives from many walks of life, global executives, regional leaders, owners of family businesses, small companies, large companies. I got the chance to observe many different organizational structures, big ones, small ones, regional, global ones, learn sort of what worked, what didn't work, had the chance to upsize organizations, had the chance to downsize organizations also. Learned a ton about people, process, organizational structure, and leadership values. And after 21 years in that business, it was time for a change. It was time for some more growth, time for some more education, and time to position myself into a role where I could be even more impactful on the businesses. And you see, previously we were building businesses one person at a time, which is a great way to build a business, putting the right person in the right place at the right time, but it's a slower process. I want to put myself in a situation where I can be much more impactful on the growth of organizations, because I really believe that when businesses function well, when the teams are functioning at their best, when the right people are in the right places and they're aligned with the right strategy and it's purposeful, everybody wins. All the stakeholders thrive. Suppliers win, the employees win, the customers win, and the investors win. And when everybody wins, the communities also win. And a well-run business is a very powerful vehicle for social and economic change and development. And that's where I position myself today, is in a situation where we can really impact the growth and development of the Canadian business climate.